Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Tuesday, March 20th, 2018. We have a lot to talk about here, so let's dive right into it as we are about to be impacted by a complicated, major winter storm just in time for the start of spring. Isn't that nice? I remember back in December, some people were asking, where's winter? Well, it's here, and it seems to not want to go away. Let's dive into the storm. First of all, current observations range from the upper teens to mid-20s over the far northern interior, upper 20s to lower 30s in the New York City metro, mid to upper 30s in the Philadelphia metro. Notice temperatures starting to fall over southeastern Pennsylvania as precipitation is starting to work its way in towards the region. Here is our latest surface map. Storm 1 is passing well to our south. It's actually a little bit further south than what was expected, but that precipitation is pushing northward. So we will see a mix of rain and snow today, which I'll show on the radar in just a moment. Here is storm number 2. It's actually this piece right here and this trough right here, which is the surface representation of a very strong shortwave that is diving through the northern plains and racing to capture this storm. On the radar, what we're seeing right now is currently the latest precipitation. Sorry about that, I had to fix the radar. Okay, so back to this. Here we have our precipitation starting to come on into the region. A lot of this coming in is going to be in the form of rain, but you're going to see that mixed precipitation start to take hold. And what we're going to see throughout the day is this mixed precipitation pushing northward, and eventually as temperatures cool, we're going to see more of a rain-snow mix rather than just rain on the coast. So all of this precipitation is coming northward. This is the first wave. It's kind of the primer for the primary storm that is on the way. On the satellite picture, you can see our storm starting to develop. Now, here's our first wave that's going to be pushing off the coast. So the majority of the lifting is going to be pushing off the coast. We'll get some light precipitation, not much in the way of actual accumulation in terms of any snowfall. You could see a dusting here and there on the grass. Here is our second storm. Now, this piece is going to hang back. This piece is going to come in and capture it and support a coastal low that will develop off of the mid-Atlantic coast tomorrow morning and really intensify off the New Jersey coast into the southeast of Long Island, heading towards the 40 north, 70 west benchmark by the time we get to tomorrow evening. And it is that storm track that will support the potential for some pretty impressive wintry precipitation. Notice I'm not just saying snow. So let's dive into this forecast. It's going to get pretty interesting around here. For today, rain-snow mix, not much in way of accumulation. Watch out for slick roadways. Temperatures will range in the mid-30s for highs. Generally, temperatures will be above freezing, and that's going to be really important because it's going to lead to roadways being slick and wet rather than snow-covered. For tonight, we're going to continue to keep widely scattered, becoming more widespread as you get past midnight, of rain-snow showers. Temperatures are going to be falling to around freezing, so by the time we get to the morning hours, that's when we're going to start to see slick roadways. Now, the heavy snowfall is going to be taking place from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow afternoon and evening. A couple of key points here. Let's jump to what we're expecting with the impact here. Now, I recognize that in this case, the National Weather Service is going 12 to 18 inches as a base. Here's my thinking on this, okay? First of all, we have a March sun that we're dealing with. Keep an eye on that precipitation today and notice when it is snow, how much of it isn't going to be sticking. What's going to be key here is what we call mesoscale banding. Okay? Now, what we're looking here in terms of precipitation type, a lot of snow, but that snow is going to be mixing with sleet and rain at times. And here's where things are going to get a bit funky here, okay? Where in locations that are just outside of that snow band, look at more 4 inches than 8 inches. And look for a lot of sleet to mix in. So you're talking about a sleety, icy mess tomorrow afternoon, evening for the rush hour. Inside of those snow bands and where the snow is heavier, that's where you're more likely to reach 8 inches. Again, because what is happening in the middle of the day, some of these roadways in some of your urban areas may have sidewalks that are just wet. Now here's where things get interesting. Where we have intense mesoscale banding, okay, where you get those snowfall rates of 1 to 3 inches per hour, those are the locations that could easily push over 12 inches of snow. But it's not going to be widespread. There's going to be areas of hit and miss. And the actual precipitation observations that come in, the snow maps that come in, are going to be very interesting to watch. Much like the other storm where you had 2 inches in New York City and over 12 inches in central Long Island. The same scenario could happen again very easily, depending on where the bands set up and whether or not they stall over your location. So we're looking at a wide variety of impacts in terms of snowfall in this region, okay? That 4 inches could just be on your grass, and the roadways are just kind of a slushy mess. Other locations where those bands set up, roadways are snow-covered, snow-packed, and not drivable. So it's going to be a very volatile storm in that respect. And then as you head to the north and west, there will be a very short cutoff in the snowfall precipitation. So you could easily end up with, let's say in northwestern New Jersey, 8-9 inches of snow, and just across the border they only have 2 inches of snow because of the tight cutoff, and even less as you head up further north with a trace of 2 inches expected. So definitely that is going to be a factor, and I list that very much in the forecast here, where snow accumulations are highly dependent on areas of heavy snow and snow banding. Many locations will have snow on the grass, but only slush on the roadways. Again, there is a high risk for significant sleet accumulation in the snow, and the more sleet you have, the less snow you'll get. But trust me, you'd rather have more snow than sleet, because sleet is just an icy nightmare. So that combined with other impacts here, we're talking about very strong winds, 15 to 30 miles per hour sustained, gusts 40 to 70 miles per hour. That's going to be down trees, down power lines, power outages, and of course, coastal flooding is a major threat with tides 1 to 3 feet above the astronomical high tide, and also major beach erosion throughout the region. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-30s. So again, you got that marginal temperature atmosphere in place at the surface. So if you have treatment on the roadways, a lot of that is going to eat up on your snow accumulation. So a very complicated storm. My overall suggestion, be prepared for delays for travel, and just have your supplies ready for the worst case scenario and hope for the best case scenario. There is another factor here to consider that I'll be watching very carefully. If the storm is just a little bit further east, you may have to cut down snowfall totals. Just a factor I'm just kind of throwing out there that I'll be watching very carefully for today. On Thursday, the storm pulls away. Very windy conditions throughout the day on Thursday. Snow showers in the morning, clearing skies in the afternoon. Lows in the upper 20s, highs in the mid-40s. On Friday, high pressure and control with sky cloud cover. Lows in the mid-20s, highs in the lower 40s. And on Saturday, high pressure in control once again. Lows in the mid-20s, highs in the lower 40s. Sunday, high pressure in place. This storm will watch very carefully, but it looks like it's going to stay suppressed to the south, leading to sky cloud cover, perhaps a few rain showers over Cape May. Temperatures will range from the mid-20s for lows and upper 30s to lower 40s for highs. On Monday, high pressure and controlled sky cloud cover, lows in the mid-20s, highs in the lower 40s. And on Tuesday, high pressure in control once again, so we get a nice little lengthy break after this storm, lows in the mid-20s and highs in the upper 40s. That is your forecast discussion for today. We will track this storm throughout the day, of course. Thank you for following NYNJPA weather, and as always, stay safe out there.